Hi all, welcome to this potential record breakers prediction. This could be a promo that they could run. This is basically players that have broke records in 2021, whether it be for club, country or so forth. So it's just a bit of fun, not too many players in this. I'll get into it as we go. So if we could smash likes, always folks would be much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at G is a legend. All links are down below for posts to the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below if any of these cards were to appeal. The upgrades that I've implemented, I have went a little bit juiced in some regards, but I will kind of explain why as well. So basically, Alisson, his is for being the first Liverpool goalkeeper to score a goal. Like, for all the years Liverpool goalies have had, none of them have ever scored a goal. Alisson happened to be the first. Now, I've just made him 95 solely because all goalies, regardless of rating, seem to be non-existent. And I know usual upgrade rules for a record breaker is 2 informs, but I've obviously kind of tried to bend the rules a little bit and also to just try and make cards look as appealing as possible. Bonucci or anyone from Italy. Now, it could be Donnarumma as well. The reason why I went Bonucci is I went for an Italian player that had ideally played the most games or the most minutes, and the reason why I didn't go Donnarumma was because I already had Alisson. But basically, Italy had broke the world record for most competitive games won, and they broke it in 2021. So Bonucci, it would just make him even more usable than what was already given. Obviously, he had a Team of the Year honourable mentions, so it could happen, it might not, but as I said, it depends how they were to go about. Italy could be one of several players, depending how they were to go about it. Jude Bellingham broke the record for the youngest player to participate in the Euros, which was funnily enough then broken by one of the Polish players, Kozlowski, who I will show in my Silver Stars. Obviously, Bellingham has a Future Stars currently. There's obviously a couple informs, so the upgrade, yes, it's an 88, but it's to kind of differentiate. Remember that because one inform upgrade would only put him to an 86, 2 would put him to an 87, so I thought might as well put him to 3. That way there's a bit of clearance, and also depending how he keeps playing, he might bag like another inform at some point, depending when they obviously release this. So you've also got to factor that in regards. Tadic for most assists for a calendar year. Messi had the record. Tadic broke it since, so fair play him. Now the question is, you've got to kind of make him usable. That is the challenge. So there could be something maybe in the pace that goes up, maybe say +5, just to make him more usable. But we will see what happens. But it's just a thought nonetheless. Grealish for biggest British transfer. Obviously Bale had the record. Now it's Grealish, so fair play to him. So in his case, it's a transfer record rather than, but obviously it is between clubs, and obviously his one to watch hasn't really done anything, so this is the time to kind of just give a non-performance related boost, as it were. Mo Salah has the most goals scored by an African player in the Premier League now. It used to be Drogba's record, it's now Salah, and he'll continue to improve on it. Obviously he's got a team of the Year honourable mention, so you're trying to space this out even further. Could go 96, could go 97, could go 95, who knows, but I just thought, got to juice it up, got to make the card and the team as appealing as possible. And also depends if when they did this, what rating would he be in the first place. It applies the same with Haaland for that same logic, because the Team of the Year honourable mentions. His is for the quickest amount of games, in 50 goals the fewest amount of games basically. So Haaland broke that record in the Bundesliga, so fair play to him, and it just makes him even more appealing actually. I just need that dribbling maybe to be a bit more standout, I suppose. Lewandowski broke Gerd Muller's record, so that's how he happens. Obviously that stood for a very long time, and at the same time you've got to factor it'll probably just be a bit weaker than his Team of the Year, but still be appealing nonetheless. Ronaldo is for several records in 2021, so, and also same for Messi actually. Both of them broke several records that were already long standing in 2021. Obviously Messi's record was applied to Barcelona, but obviously he's at PSG, so you've still got to kind of give him a record breaker because he broke a record. Obviously Ronaldo's was while he was at Juventus, but same rules apply. Then from there we've got Mitrovic for obviously the EFL Championship record, so that's fair play to him. That he's just racking up special cards potentially this FIFA on top of what's already been given for him already. Then we've also then got to factor in Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. Now the thing is they're like a dynamic duo, so they could potentially be an SBC duo, even though we've had a flashback Kane. The record breaker should be above the flashback rating because it would be it should be 2 inform boosts, and you're trying to make the record breaker stand out a little bit different to that version. Obviously Heung-min Son has a couple of specials already, and this version would kind of like usurp those, which is kind of not too shabby if I'm honest. So that's like, when you break it down for an actual team, you go like 13 cards, and you've potentially got a couple that could be SBCs as well when you kind of break it down within this team. And obviously from there we'll get through the silver stars and show those options that are available to go with. Now for record breakers, the 4 that I had found, I will admit one is a bronze. Now there is 5 that you can go for, the 5th being Billy Sharp for in King's place if you wanted to. Now Billy Sharp broke the record for the most goals in the EFL Championship, so that's how he could happen. King is for the longest recorded goal in football, because it was like when he was at Newport, it was the goal that he scored from basically goal to goal. Moukoko is for like the youngest player in the Champions League. Harvey Elliott's like the youngest appearance in, I think, the Premier League for what I note in my notes here. And then, as I said, Kozlowski is now for like Bellingham's record, which was like the youngest player to participate in the Euros. He has also recently went from I'm trying to remember the name, I can never say the name right, in Poland. Basically went from Poland to Brighton to Union St Galois. He's on like loan to them, so it's like this is Brighton doing like their young kind of like player recruitment, as it were. It's Pogon Sezichin. Had to remember, my brain was what I love it when you suddenly remember the name of the team off the top of your head. But yeah, so he's went from Pogon to Brighton to on loan to Union St Galois. So he could be a league champion. That would be not too shabby. That makes you even more desirable potentially. But as I said, there's all told, say 15 cards at the moment that could happen. I would say with the silvers, you could do it as a little block, because it's, or even like a couple of them as SBCs, couple like one in objectives and whatever, because at the end of the day, like, it's just a bit of fun. It gives us a bit of content and keeps people going. But let me know, folks, in the comments down below, any of these record breaker cards appeal in any sense. Yes, it's repetitive in the sense of Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Messi, Salah, Haaland, Bellingham, but we take what. But the silver stars ones could be a bit of fun, I suppose. But we'll take it as it goes. So hopefully you find this useful, folks. Smash like always, sub to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all later.